A critical analysis of many conflicts in Peru. As we will know, the cell phones or the technological equipment that we currently use or parts have minerals which are extracted from places like the country. We are also the second country in exporting silver, copper, zinc, and the most important in Latin America in gold extraction, putting it as the essential engine of economic growth and development of Peru. But not everything is rosy. This meaning with is inadequate management the activity itself of extracting minerals bring consequences on people's health, the environment, and the rings of communities. More than half of the multiple social conflicts in Peru is due to mining, according to the Ombudsman Office, which might a report on social conflicts in the country. In this case, the ombudsman is in charge of ensuring that there is the dialogue between the company and the residents of the mining area, so that there are no certain problems. But almost always these dialogues are carried out with violent acts, protests, responses, delays, intransigent attitudes, lack of technical capacity to address the problems, absence of an intercultural perspective, and above all, it is due to their non-compliance with the agreements and the dialogue tables. Most of these frauds are caused by private companies breaking signed agreements, and as we will know, this causes protests by the residents and deterioration between society and the government, since people gradually lose confidence in the state. On the other hand, the mining companies damage the every moment, and in turn look for a way to convince the inhabitants to be able to use their lands. They are convinced with some social projects, such as some investment for a construction or with the help of some execution of a work, or perhaps improving public service. And finally, in the residents do not want to, they are offering compensation money or compensation. From the perspective of conflicts, mining companies saw multiple facets in their actions and in regular, although eventually contradictory behaviors, which are explained by their particular composition and internal organization logic. This brings the geographical space into play. Says if the mining company does not have the expected results, it cannot move like that, but must find a way to coexist with the population. But in recent years, the communities have raised their voices and claim social and environmental rights. I also think that something that does not cause chaos a certain security to the inhabitants is that the mining companies of years ago left a bad reputation toward the others, since they generated irreparable ecological damage. Size unless the largest mining companies have state-of-the-art technology that keeps environmental impacts below officially permitted levels. Then the problem here would be to regain trust in the population. These companies now are aware that a mining project will inevitably affect the environment. So the presence of the issue in conflict seems logical, and even more so, since the environmental movement has been more important in recent years. And regarding the population, I think that it is not duly well informed. There is no certain information that tells them what the consequences are. are. This is what will happen, among other things, and they only let themselves be carried away by the money or by the things that are offered to them, but they do not think about the future. In conclusion, I would like to give some suggestions for the state and the mining companies. First, for a mining project to be executed, the state and the mining company have to ask themselves certain things, such as how to execute this project, what consequences will it have for the environment, will there be any harm to the residents, is there a way to minimize the damage, etc. Um, I feel that this will help the company to reflect and not do things like crazy. And it will also help the state to comply with what the company says, and if it is not complete with, I think the state will be fully entitled to seize its machinery from said company. The state must also think about its population, not only about money, but it must have regulation of a public policy for the prevention, management, and transformation of social conflicts in the state. Likewise, respond to conflicts, which must be resolved pacifist and introduce lasting change on this.